I'm going to do a question and answer video, I guess, and it's a throwback theme, the throwback tag. I want to put up a video, but I am not really doing anything, so just to stay consistent with everything, I'm going to do this. And if you're watching this, I hope you like it. First question, what year were you born in? I was born in 1990. Real 90s baby. Be 24 in 10 days. Jeez. Do you have any pictures of yourself from when you were younger? If you do, show them. What TV shows did you grow up watching? Cow and Chicken, Hey Arnold, Legends of the Hidden Temple. That was a good show. Wanted to go on that show so bad. Rocko's Modern Life. I remember when Nick Jr. had Face. Anybody remember Face? I remember Face. Degrassi. That's all I can think of right now. What did you want to be when you grow up, and do you still want to be that? Jeez. I wanted to be so many things. I think the first thing I remember wanting to be was a pediatrician. I think so. Then I wanted to be a restaurant owner. Then I decided I wanted to do graphic design. Show a video of yourself when you were younger. I don't really have videos of myself when I was younger. What were your favorite toys to play with? I know my favorite toys that to play with weren't Barbie dolls. I hated dolls. I liked race cars. I liked teddy bears, and that's really all I can think of. What's the most embarrassing thing that you can remember doing? I don't know if it's completely embarrassing. It was kind of embarrassing back then, but when I was younger, me and my sisters during the summer, I think this one day we was at my dad's office, at his business, and there was this little back room where we used to sit and just do stuff, draw, do work. I don't know what we were doing. For some reason, we ended up, I don't even know what happened. I was pushed. Everybody seems to think that I sat on it, but I was pushed onto this water pipe. It broke. I broke a water pipe. And I got pushed onto this water pipe, and I sat on it and it broke. And I remember trying to water is like gushing out of the pipe, and I remember trying to like cover up the water pipe and try to stop the water from coming out. And my dad, he walked into the room as I was trying to like stop the water from coming out. So I don't know if that's really embarrassing, but it was funny. Read something you wrote when you were in kindergarten. Oh dang. I really do have like a folder of all my documents since I was in like preschool, but I'm at work right now and I don't have that, so that sucks. The songs you love to listen to as a child. I'm in love with the coco. No, I'm just kidding. I used to like Backstreet Boys and stuff like that. What was one funny thing you dressed up as for Halloween when you were younger? Okay, I never dressed up for Halloween when I was young. The first time I ever dressed up for Halloween was in 2009, and I was an army girl. So before that, I've never dressed up for Halloween. It wasn't something that big that we celebrated back home. Tell a funny story or something you remember happening when you were young. Okay, other than the water pipe incident, my sisters and I and my dad was at a park one Saturday, and the park is like next to a beach or whatever, and my dad was pushing my sister on the swing. He pushed her a little too hard. She's really, really, really small. She's tiny, and he pushed her too hard on the swing, and basically when she went up, I guess the weight of her body did not support her very much. She like flipped backwards on the swing and fell face down into the sand, and oh my goodness, let me tell you, okay, it wasn't funny at the time, you know, today we laugh at that so hard. Like, she got up out of the sand and her entire face was covered in sand. She had a sand mask. I love you, D. Okay, are there any special things you've kept from when you were a child? Yes. Basically my mom kept it for most of my childhood and growing up, but as soon as I graduated high school, she like literally gave me a folder of my documents, and I was like, oh, am I a grown adult now? But one of the special things that I have in there was my very first trip to Disney World. It's the ticket, and I really, really love that I have that, because if you know me, you know I love Disneyland, and the fact that I have that is really, really special to me. What was something weird you used to do as a child? I don't know. I wasn't a very weird child, I don't think so. But I used to have really, really, really bad sinuses, and whenever I would get a sinus attack, I would just do this. All the time, like all the time. And my mom used to tell me, you know, you're gonna break your nose one day, you're gonna ruin your adenoids. And I was young and I was like, I don't know what that is. What was the scariest thing you remember that happened to you when you were younger? Okay, I can think of two things. The first one was when I broke my arm. I was really, really young, but I still remember it. I think I was about 5 or 6, I don't remember. It started off really pleasantly because, you know, I was, you know, playing as a kid, had an imaginary circus that I was traveling in. I was an acrobat, you know, normal kid stuff. I wanted to do a somersault off of my bed, so, you know, I was putting on a show for my teddy bears and stuff, and I tried to somersault, and I didn't do it successfully, obviously, and I broke my arm. I think that was the first scariest thing. Second scariest thing was, this is actually more serious, was when I was at my grandmother's house. Me and my sisters, I was in the bed with my grandmother asleep, and then my other 2 sisters were in another room sleeping, and I woke up in the middle of the night, and I was laying in bed, and I realized that there was somebody standing at the edge of the bed, and I didn't know who it was. Like, he was just standing there, and I couldn't scream, I couldn't say anything, I was scared. And as soon as he realized that I was awake, he like ran away, and later found out that he broke into the house, and he actually entered into the house through a room that my sisters were sleeping in. You know, he stole some of my grandmother's things, but it was really, really scary. So that's the thing, it's definitely the scariest thing I can think of when I was younger. How is the world different now from how it was like when you were a child? Jeez. Broad question, because so much is different. Simple things like we don't have beepers anymore, we have cell phones, and gas prices have soared, but now I saw gas for $1.99 today, so that was insane. I would say my life is different drastically in that I live in like one of the biggest cities in the US, as opposed to when I was younger, you know, growing up on a really small island. I don't know, it's just a lot of things that are different. Just like, we have a black president, and when I was growing up, you know, I didn't really care who the president was. So much is different. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. I will be doing stuff like this, you know, if I want to post a video, but I'm not really doing anything vloggy. I'll see you in another video.